Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, you guys, and welcome. Sorry for the slight delay there. I had to reload my coffee cup this morning. You know, one of the things that I have learned over the years, especially in free enterprise, especially when it comes to this stuff that we do, you know, taking responsibility, being self-reliant, going out there and doing something a little bit different to take care of ourselves and our families. And then also we rely on partners, right? We have people around us who are teammates, people who are, you know, we all see the same thing. We're all moving towards the same target. And my experience in life, and I have had just a pretty colorful experience, especially in free enterprise over the last 25 years. And one of the things I've realized is as soon as I get to the top of the mountain, right, I've got a goal, I've got a vision, I've got an expectation. I'm all down with integrity. I'm in meditation mode. I'm connected to source, law of attraction, all of this stuff. And as soon as I get to the crest of the mountain, okay, I've got the challenge, I've got the goal, I get right up to the top of the mountain, and I open up my eyes, and in front of me is another mountain. And what I have come to understand is that whole thing is like, I don't know, you know the yoga people, the hippie people, they talk about the universe. It's like the universe is just throwing another obstacle in the way, another challenge, and it's asking me the question, how bad do you really want this? Are you really willing to go one more yard? Are you really willing to make one more call? Are you really willing to breathe deeply and have unlimited faith, confidence in the team that you're working with? Those are the questions that I have been asked by whatever you want to call it. Okay, the big entrepreneur in the sky, always testing me, always testing my resilience. That's part of the process, man, and that's what makes it fun, to be quite frank and honest with you. Now, listen, my name is Joe. I'm calling in this morning from Carefree, Arizona. Yes, there is such a place. Carefree, Arizona actually has the largest sundial in the northern hemisphere. There is such a place. And this morning, I'm pretty carefree. I'm feeling pretty light, as a matter of fact. Now, I know that some of you are experiencing some delays with loading the pages. And we're going to get to that. We're going to talk a little bit more this morning about the technology side of things. And there are some people in the world whose sites are loading perfectly fine, right? I found out over the years, you know, that the internet is kind of like on a grid, right? There are people in Europe who are just like crazy with enthusiasm right now because their sites are loading. And then there's me in Carefree, Arizona here this morning who was, you know, going to load my site and I'm getting the spinning color wheel of death. All right, it's just taking forever for me to load. But it's all good. You know, I want you guys to know that the technology team is working. I just was on the Facebook page. I said some gentleman who was talking about the fact that he recently worked as a supervisor, you know, assisting companies as they do data migration. And he was paid $1,200 an hour. And he knows what goes on in that data migration world. And so for some of you guys this morning who may be experiencing some struggles, and I hate that word, but I know that for some, frustration sets in. It's like, okay, man, I want this site to load. You know, I was really excited about what I learned last night. We're going to talk a little bit more about what we learned last night as well. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For those of you who are brand spanking new, you're listening right now to what we call the Traffic Report. And we are here every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also broadcast on Sundays at 1 in the afternoon. That's the Visionary Founders Hour, okay? Want to make sure that you're aware of that. And you can listen live. I know that there are a bunch of you guys listening live right now at one of our live streaming sites. You can pick us up at radioleverage.com or trafficauthorityreport.com. Both of those links are taking you to the exact same place, right, where you can listen to the live stream. And then also you can dial in. If you're listening to the live stream right now anywhere in the world, all you got to do is call into 914-338-0631, and we will handle your questions and your comments. Now, we do have a person or two in the queue this morning. All you have to do, if you want to make a comment or ask a question, all you have to do is press 1 on the keypad of your telephone. And as soon as you do that, I'll know that you're there, and I'll be able to, take you off mute here, and we can have a discussion and hear exactly what it is that you're thinking about and what you're feeling this morning. Now, again, what we do here, our goal is to just hold space, if you know what I mean. This is a community. This is your voice. My job here is just to moderate, okay, keep control of the time, and, that's all that I really do here. I just kind of set the pace. But this is your call. This is your community center. And every single morning, we're going to be here for years. I want you guys to understand this is a very unique time. It's actually kind of a fun time, to be honest with you, as we're experiencing some of this stuff together. This is creation on the fly. I promise you this. This is like one of the biggest product launches I've ever seen, program launches. If you guys were there last night with us on the webinar, and how about that guy, Adam? This guy really is, he is genius level. He was working without a script last night. He was just talking about, how this thing is going to work, how passionate he is about our program, and how passionate he is for people. And then he gets into the technology side. All of this stuff that you see, and Adam said he's got a great team that he works with, but much of this stuff is just a product of his vision and his imagination. And I think he is sleeping right now, because he was hitting me up on Skype at 4:00 in the morning. My Skype was going off, and now 4:00 in the morning his time. That's 2 a.m. for me. He's in the Central Time Zone. So this kid was out there working like crazy. He's pushing as hard as he can, and he's working till he literally he drops over, falls asleep in his chair. But we're on this thing this morning. We understand that some of you guys are experiencing some loading issues, loading up your websites. Some people are perfectly good. Like, we were talking to one of the customer service people down in Tallahassee this morning, and he's like, "Man, the site is beautiful. It's working for me perfectly." And Doug is like, "Really? All I'm seeing is the spinning wheel of death." So we got a little bit deeper into the conversation, and we found out that it's really just a couple hours away for some of you who are experiencing these difficulties. It has to do with servers. The terms that I'm hearing, I don't really understand the terms, but it's like migration of data, server things, you know what I mean, data backups, and, battery-powered backups got to be tested, because it is such a big, big thing. And now before I open up the lines here for discussion here, I just also want to comment on, what I said a moment ago, about how badly do you really want it? And, the answer to that question, will determine the level of stickiness or patience that you really have for what is going on right here, right now, in the moment. There are people around the world who are having trouble logging into their site. And so for some of you, I know it's like you want to tear your hair out. I'm one of those guys. I am so excited. When I learned last night about the ease of using the GetResponse autoresponder system, and the fact that everything is preloaded, right? Everything is preloaded, all the emails that are going to go out on my behalf. I don't have to worry about writing emails, because I'm one of those guys. Adam spoke directly to me last night when he said, in our experience, we have found that very, very simple things, like integrating an email list into Aweber, for some could be a challenge. And right there, when that challenge comes up, people bail. And I'm one of those guys. Aweber, that's an autoresponder system for some of you guys. If you don't know what Aweber is, it's where people will opt into your page and their name and email address goes into a database. And then that database communicates with your list, with regularity. It'll send an email maybe 3 times in the first week, maybe every single day for the first week, whatever the case may be. And the emails, the copy, they've got to be written very, very well so that you know that you're not getting, grabbed by the spam guys. And, it's very, very, cool that we have this level of sophistication, right? This email stuff has all been written. It's been written by people who know how to communicate with people. And those are the autoresponders and the messages that Adam was talking about last night. And for me, that's very, very exciting because it truly is point and click marketing. And I know many of you guys, you are ready to point and you are ready to click, like a trigger finger. Remember those old Western movies, where you got you got the gun and you got the trigger finger and it's kind of itchy. I know that's how many of you are feeling right now. I know that's how I'm feeling right now. After listening to Adam's presentation last night, as I said, about the ease of operation, all of the thought that has gone into it, and it is ready to go. I would like you to consider some of these guys who have spent, so much time building this stuff, and they're ready to see their work. They want to see they want to see all of us having results and being educated and making money, and they're sitting there going, "Are you kidding me? Because we have a server migration, there's a little bit of a delay. It's not a big deal, but oh, my beautiful work." It's kind of like an artist who's painted a picture, but no one gets to see it. That's how these technology guys are behind the scenes. They are so excited to get this stuff out there. So again, this morning it's just another test. It really is a test. How bad do you really want it? Are you willing to just, hang around for another day or two? Just give not even a day or two. What I was hearing this morning, the update, and the reason I was got here just a little bit late is because I was getting updates in real time to find out really where are we right now. And so listen, I've got also with me here this morning, as I do every single day, of course, I've got the co-founders. And hey, I'm going to have to look you guys up. Right now, we've got like a ton of people in the queue who want to come out here and ask a question or make a comment, and we're going to get to those in a moment. Before I do, though, I want to see what the boys are thinking. I know they've been up all night working. Let me see where you guys are in the queue, though. Let me see where you are in the queue. So many of you guys have pressed 1 on the keypad of your phone already, which is cool. Just give me 1 second here to see where I can dig out the boys here. Where are you guys? There you are. There are so many here in the queue, Greg. I got to go all the way down to see where you are. Greg, did you press 1 on the keypad of your phone? Yeah, maybe he did. Oh, there he is. So it's actually pretty cool what's going on here. I got Doug in the queue. I'm looking for you, Greg. Let me get Doug out here first, and I'll dig you out of the pile here, Greg. Hey, Doug, come on in here, man. I know that you were on the line with the technology department this morning. You and I were connecting right before this happened. Could you give us a timeline and update? It's really, really exciting. It's actually kind of fun that we're here together through this, if you can believe it or not. If you can believe that it's fun, it is fun. What are you thinking, my friend? Good morning.
If you can believe it or not, right?
Yeah, you know what it is? It's kind of like, it's like a roller coaster, right? It's like a roller coaster. Like I'm a guy who I'm not a big roller coaster guy, but I know that the roller coaster is going to scare the bejesus out of me. It's going to go up and down. It's going to go upside down. It's going to go unbelievably fast. But then I know it's just going to come to a nice, gentle halt, and everything will be good. And that's kind of like what we're going through here the last couple of days. Don't you think, Doug?
Hey, man, we've stretched the rubber band extremely far, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And by the way, Greg called me about, 12 minutes ago and said he's running just a couple of minutes late.
He's here. Greg is off mute right
Greg,
now.
That's awesome.
Be ready, because
awesome.
Greg, Greg. He's like a bull in a china shop. He can come barreling in here.
Yeah, no, the dev team has been working around the clock, like I told you just a little while ago. Adam, after the show last night, we sat around with Adam for about 25 minutes. He was giving us some incredible updates, and one of the things he said was the entire dev team was on a 12-hour call.
All right. Okay, hold on right there. Wait, Doug. What do you mean when you say dev team? There are a lot of people here who we can't even figure out how to turn on our computers unless we have an owner's manual. So would you please clarify what the dev team is for people who might not be up to speed?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So when we say dev, it's really the development team, all the coders, all the programmers, all the geeks, gurus, that are involved in putting all this technology together. They're wrapped up underneath the dev team, okay? Mm-hmm. And so they're Skyping 24 hours a day, some of them. There's a few of them in South America and in the East Coast and in the West Coast and one's in California. one's in Alabama. I mean, they're all over the place, right? And I'm lucky enough to be able to also be sitting inside getting a, ant on the wall, or what do they call it, fly on the wall, right? I'm the fly on the wall, right? And I watch this, and I watch all these things, and them going back and forth and beating each other up at times because somebody did something wrong or somebody needed to do a different code string, this, that, and it's fun to watch. But look, these guys are hammering it out like we've never seen before, okay? This is a very large, monumental construction project, man. This is like building, Trump Tower, right? And just think about it. Imagine building Trump Tower, only nobody shows up to the job physically every day. Everybody is 100% virtual, with the exception of actually Carl and Chad. They are together, right? But everybody else, completely virtual, completely flying in the cloud all the time, 24/7, and these guys are going at that pace, at that rate, testing each other, challenging each other, making them go to new heights. And you also have to remember, look, in a box of crayons, right? How many in a nice big box of crayons, you've got what, 54 colors or 88 colors, whatever the number is, right? Well, we know we already have like 3 to 5 million plus lines of code here, right? Put together by multiple different groups that are converging simultaneously, with some having incredibly different language skill sets, okay? And when I say language skill sets, I'm not talking about speaking English or speaking French or speaking Italian. I'm talking about the Java, the PHP, the SQL, the C++, all that kind of GUI stuff, right, that we really take for granted. All we do is get into a car every day, turn the key on, put it into drive, and mash the pedal. That's what we know. But behind the scenes, are 10 million pieces of equipment that go into making an engine work, right? And that's what's here right now, right? So,
hey, listen, Greg, Doug, I want to, if I may, please, I want to get Greg in on this conversation. Greg, could you just tell me one thing? I know that this is a question I've always had about these guys that Doug is so eloquently referring to, these coder guys. Could you please tell me, why are they creatures of the night? Can't they work during the day like the rest of the world? Isn't it true that they work in the middle of the night, dude? What's with that?
It is so true, and I've got to tell you, coming from my world, coming from the email marketing world, it's equally true that they're night owls. And it's interesting too. I'm actually a night owl by nature, but I force myself through discipline to be a day bird, I guess we'll call it. But yeah, it is amazing. I think the main reason a lot of those guys do work at night is because their phones don't ring, and when you're doing coding and things like that, I mean, you really have to go into a different frame of mind and kind of block out everything else. So I do believe many of them got in the habit of simply working after hours, to get into that mindset. But Joe, I just wanted to share a little bit different perspective here, because having been doing this for 20 years and having had 8 years of experience with with Chad Stalvey, the kind of the third partner here that you guys hear about often but never hear from. I know with certainty that all of this stuff is going to come up. Whether it's like I've said for the last week, whether it's a day or two really doesn't matter. And some of what my mindset is telling me right now is I believe it's our responsibility to give updates and to say hey, it's not ready right this second. But I don't believe dwelling on that is going to help the team. What I really want to spend time on is, sharing where, as a representative, where my head needs to be and what I have to do. Because that's really what this is about. This is really about our team. I can just tell all of you people that the stuff will be working, whether it's, an hour from now, 6 hours from now, or 24 hours. It's all going to work. Because, I've just seen this stuff, and, all the way back from the reverse funnel, to the creating well from home, from the GoGo 20 to the Numis. We have done so many great systems, and this is going to be an even better system. So I have certainty that it will be working. But what I want to make sure every single person on this phone call, I want to make sure any person that listens to this phone call, that they've actually played that entire webinar and watched Adam's training. You want to know what you guys need to do? You don't need to really be asking questions about the system, blah, blah, blah. It's going to come up when it's going to come up. But the truth is no one on this phone knows exactly when. It's going to happen when it happens. But I know the one thing for certainty. There was a great training call done last night, and I'll bet 80% of the people on this call have not yet listened to it. You need to. I mean, that's going to put you in the place when this comes up. You're immediately going to be in the right spot. It's just interesting to watch, the leaderboard, while we all watch Facebook and we hear, when's, Get Response and when is e-wallet coming up? Isn't it interesting how you see the leaders' incomes jump by 5 and 10% a day? Do you really think they're sitting there watching, well, it's not come up yet. I'm going to sit here and, I'm going to Skype on, or I'm going to sit here and, type into Facebook that my e-wallet doesn't work yet. The guys that have $100,000 coming to them, they're not asking that question. Why is that? Because they're not looking forward to making another $100,000. So again, here's just my thought, and here's where I'm working, because I also can't affect these things, but I know with certainty they're coming up. I know that I'm going to rewatch the Atom training, because this system, although it's been, put in a simple step-by-step process, there is no question that we all have a learning process to go through. I'm going to be watching it again, taking notes. I'm also going to be putting down the rest of the things I'm going to be doing for my week to get my week going, so the second this thing comes up, I'm not going to sit here and, be going, blah, 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 it wasn't up when it was supposed to be, so I can't do my job. You're not going to hear any of that. I guess all I'm trying to say, Joe, is, I understand that, the tech stuff is where it is, but at the end of the day, we know it's coming up, and the question is, what can we individually do to be ready the second it does come up? That's really the point we need to communicate here, and we need to make sure everyone's ready so when it does come up, they're immediately productive. That's just kind of my take on this.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And, earlier today, before you got here, Greg, we actually had a little discussion about, the obstacles that face us when we made the decision to be in free enterprise, right? Every single time we get to the crest of a mountain, there's another one there. There's another, and most of it is just confusion that reigns in our brain because we do have the confidence, we do have the knowing. The team that we've surrounded ourselves with are all the way at the very top when it comes to, vision and application and execution, and that really is true. And one of the things you mentioned, is, what should we be at any moment now? At any moment, for some of you, this stuff might be coming up, and for some of you, you have no outage. The servers are working perfectly in some places in the world, so that's very, very cool. But what really is the opportunity here? One of the things I will tell you that I know absolutely from being in a direct sales environment for 25 years is that this is actually a blessing. For some of you guys who may be like, tearing your hair out because you want to get your hands on those, you want to get those webinars going or those email autoresponders going, and all that stuff is really, man, you're chomping at the bit, right? Here's something I can tell you. Here's a blessing, right? There's always a blessing, right? There's always a silver lining. How about this? Do you know that next week, when we get beyond what here in North America is referred to as the Labor Day holiday, it's Labor Day weekend. This is where people who actually labor, this is where they get a free weekend. They get an extra day off, Labor Day, to honor the people who, well, actually, I was thinking it was Ethel Kennedy. Ethel Kennedy? I think she had 12 children. So Labor Day is really about her. As a matter of fact, Labor Day is for any woman who's ever given birth to a child. We honor your efforts and your contributions, mothers. I love my mom. But I'm getting off track here. Let me just say this. When we get to the other side of this weekend right now, okay, this is really what they call in the industry low-hanging fruit. The fact that we have gone through this process through the summertime, right? This team that Doug was talking about, this team of coders that works around the world, these guys really began in earnest putting this thing together really back in January, if truth be told. So we've come all of this way. And right now, here is the great blessing in disguise, that when we get to the other side of this coming weekend, traditionally in direct selling, network marketing, this is probably the biggest 3 months of the entire year. For people who stay focused and get to work, and this is the truth, man, okay, this is a 25-year veteran of direct selling and network marketing. September, October, November, getting into the right before the Christmas break. This is when many people will make 50, 60% of their income is in the next 3 months. And the reason is because people who are living in the real world, the Labor Day world, right, the people who are working for a living, working jobs, they come home from summertime, man. Summer vacation is over. The kids are back in school. They're looking right at the holidays, right? Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. It's like, oh my goodness, I better reload my bank account. I better do something. And then they look in the mirror and they say, man, I just came through Labor Day weekend. I've been working like a dog, and what do I got to show for it? So people are really prime, and they're looking and they're ready. This is low-hanging fruit. Ask anybody who's been in direct selling and network marketing. They will tell you, give me this fall, man. I can't wait for September, October, November to get here because we really can make some bank. So here's my point. Aren't you glad? Aren't you happy? Aren't you grateful that all of these things that we have been dealing with and all of these quote-unquote issues are now being satisfied and taken care of? So that when we get this real opportunity to really make some hay, to really, really, low-hanging fruit, where the fish are, all that stuff we hear, that really, in earnest, begins in September. And I'll say this, right? Everything is perception. Some of the greatest money that anybody makes, well, look at Vincent Ortega. Vincent Ortega, I don't know where he's up to today. I've lost count. All I know is the guy can buy 2 Beamers, 2 Mercedes-Benzes, if he wanted to, cash, because of the results he's had right now. While this stuff is going on, while many people, and you just mentioned it, Greg, where people are pulling their hair out and they're going, oh my goodness, and in the meantime, here's a couple of guys who are just calmly, communicating and sending people links and putting them on Facebook and having a conversation, and boom shakalaka, they got like some serious coin. But the real thing here is that, we've got an opportunity right here, right now to breathe and to really think about it. I was at the grocery store last night, okay? I'll tell you this. I was at the grocery store last night. After we were done with the webinar, I needed a sandwich. I was like, oh, man, I've been sitting here all day. So I headed over to the local grocery store. And the guy that works in the deli counter there, right, he works behind the deli counter, and he's stocking produce. And I've got to know this guy, and we're just like, hey, how you doing, buddies? Just, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? So I was in there last night, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, man, I'm really tired. He's like, really? Yeah. I said, dude, do you know what a Google Hangout is? He goes, no, I don't. I said, well, I was just working with a couple of my buddies, and we together were doing a Google Hangout, and thousands of people from all over the world were looking into our homes. He's like, what are you talking about? What do you do? I says, I'm an internet marketer, man. He says, what is that? I says, I'm a traffic broker. I help people, get into business, and if they have a business, I help them accelerate their business. And he's like, man, I could use some of that. He goes, I can use a change in my life. I'm like, seriously? He goes, yeah, seriously. I said, okay, cool. Give me your email address. I said, here's my phone number. We didn't even have phone numbers. I said, text me your phone number, and I'll send you a link. Right? I'll get you started. I'll show you what I do, and I'll show you how maybe this can benefit you. He goes, give me just a little bit. I says, all right, well, I'll tell you. Let me just say this. I'm working with a guy right now who's made about $110,000 in the last week, 10 days. Of course, I was referring to Vincent Ortega, right? I'm having a conversation with a guy. We all have hey, man, how you doing, dude? We all have those buddies, right? Hey, man, what's up? I've been saying, yo, what's up to this guy. I'll take a slice of that, give me that pizza that's well done behind the deli counter. That's been going on for 6 months, 7 months with this guy. And now yesterday I had an opportunity to tell him about what we do. Well, dig this, right? I woke up this morning and I had received a text message from the guy at 5 a.m. says, hey, man, I'm still looking for that link. Now, who knows? This guy might be the next Vincent Ortega. He might be. You never know. Somebody who just gets it, who plugs in, who's relaxed. One thing he did say to me, he goes, I know somebody who's very, very proficient on the internet, and I know that this would be attractive to them. I'm like, well, boom shakalaka, here we are. So while I'm at the grocery store, I don't even have access to my computer, and we know that we are going through this final phase of launching our company, and I'm having a conversation with the dude at the grocery store, right? So my point is that, because we may have a temporary, outage on our websites, that doesn't prohibit us from continuing to build our business. Having a conversation with the guy. It was a simple conversation, right? I'm not trying to pitch him. But my point is that we can still take advantage of the opportunities. The things that are going to happen over the next, couple, 3-4 hours, and those things that you guys saw last night, that was a remarkable webinar. That kid, Adam, blows me away. I'm just getting to know Adam, really. I'm one of those guys who connects with Adam in cyberspace, in a cyber world. And I have seen people who just know know their shit, man. And this guy is at another. He loses sleep over our business so that we have an efficient system that works. So, but everything happens inside of your noodle, right? Everything is between your ears. Uncertainty, fear. Is this really going to work? Like you just said it, Greg. And Greg, you and Doug have been around for a long time, and you mentioned some things, Go 20 and reverse funnel, and there may be people right now who are like, well, what is that? What the hell is that? What that is a clue. And what I mean is that Doug and Greg and Chad and a team of guys, they've been around, as we say, for a long time. They have seen Greg. You always say that I call you Father Time. You know who you remind me of right now? The guy on the tuna fish can. There's the guy on the tuna fish can who's standing on the front of the ship. He's got the cape and he's got the rain hat on, and the ship is dipping and it's flying through the storm and and you're like, "Arr, charge on, matey! We're going through the storm." That's who you remind me of. A guy who you've been there, you've weathered these storms, and and Doug and Chad, what goes on, man. It's just time to be patient and to take advantage of the opportunity. And I'm not saying to go talk to the guy at the grocery store today. But you'll have an opportunity to tell people, hey, man, when I say to somebody, you know what, I say, I'm an internet marketer. People go, like years ago, an internet marketer was like a rare animal, right? It was like an exotic animal. But now everyone has the internet in their home. Everyone has it on their cell phone. So when you're an internet marketer, it's like, well, really, tell me more about that. Greg, I can hear you chomping at the bit, dude.
I mean, Joe, it's so true. Although, dude, every week you're coming up with a new name for me. I almost thought you were calling me a pirate this time, but I think it's just one of those old captains. But I'm Father Time. I'm Leeds before the internet. I think you compare me back to Aristotle. I was doing some kind of advertising back in the day. So it's all good. Yeah. But again, I think to me the one message I just want to convey is that people behind the scenes, people that know. We have certainty. There's no question in my mind. Whether, like I say, it's an hour, 6 hours, 24 hours, it's happening. That's why my only message today is please put yourself in the position. Because everyone else, the people really worried about e-wallet right this second, those people that are worried about it, and I did some checking. I see Facebook, and then I go over, I look back at their iOS accounts, like 80% of those people have no commissions, and they're worried about e-wallet. So again, you have to forgive me. I'm trying to help the masses here, just because. The truth is, Joe. Just like you had said, like 10 minutes ago, 99% of home business. 99% of this game happens between your ears. It is your perception, and all I'm saying, there's a reason why people like Vince and Mac and Eric Bechtold and all these, Devon, all these seven-figure earners. Basically are there working. They also have certainty. They know this stuff is going to work, it's going to be up, and they also know it's going to be the best, that anything's, best back office that anyone's ever had. So that's why they're more focused on team building. Here's the facts of the matter, Joe, and I know no one likes to hear this, but there's not a single person listening to this call that can impact the development or technology of the traffic authority websites. None of you can have any direct impact. That's just a fact. What you can have a direct impact on is what you're going to do to build your team. Do you start it now or do you start it later? And those are really the things we talk about. Now, does that mean I don't understand the disappointment? Of course. No one wants this thing. You heard Joe say I got my finger on the button. I can't wait to send my list to this thing. Are you kidding me? I'm so excited I can hardly control myself. But with that said, I'm not wasting time. I'm simply getting ready, and the second it happens, boom, shakalaka, to use your terms, out I'll be. So that's just kind of my take on it.
For sure. Thank you very much. And it's fun. Yeah, you were way back in the day. I remember you in advertising say, hey, somebody just invented the wheel. Way back in the caveman days. That's how long you've been around the industry. And I'm just kidding. and I had that vision of you, not a pirate, but you've seen that guy. It's like a shrimp, a tuna boat. And he's out in the middle of the ocean, and the storms are raging, and the water is just like unbelievably dangerous. And there's that guy out on the front, just simmer down, everybody. We're moving through the storm. And that's just an exaggeration of what goes on here, really. But it is true. One of the things that you say, and most of the stuff you say, is true. The only thing that you ever said to me that isn't true is once you said to me, no, you can't have any more tequila. And that's not true. When we're out having Mexican food, if I want more tequila, I will have more.
You did prove me wrong on that one. I will agree.
Well, my point is, though, and what Greg pointed out, is everything happens really between your ears. It is all perception, and the fact that these coder guys, they are working unbelievable hours. Yesterday, I heard Adam say we were on a phone call, like 12-hour long phone call, because it's crazy. So these guys, they've got our back. They know more. Believe me, I know that there are people in the queue right now. We'll start getting to you guys right now, and if you have a question about the sites, we understand that there are some issues with logging in. So there's your answer to the question. Everything else, if you want to get the best updated information, then go there and watch the webinar from last night. Here's a direct link to the webinar. Okay, it's trafficweblive.net. If you go there right now, you'll be able to watch the webinar. And Adam gets to the really good stuff about 15, 20 minutes in. And there was a reason for that, because here, I'll tell you a story. This is the truth. Adam, as much stuff is going on here, he spent time, as he squeezed in a little bit of time last night because it was t-ball practice for his little girl. To me, that is freaking awesome. That this guy who was out here championing for us and pioneering and pushing people, and he's out there driving these development guys, he does have a little bit of time for his little girl to go to t-ball practice. I'm all about that. So for some of you guys who are wondering, why are you showing that video of Ronald Wayne? The guy who walked away from Apple and would be worth $70 billion today. Why is that relevant? Well, it's relevant because that shows you, what can happen when you walk away. But really, we were buying some time. So our guy Adam, was able to spend just a little bit of time with his precious baby girl. That's family values, and that really, in my humble opinion, is really what this is about. This is about family, and this is about freedom, and this is about living a life. Okay, and Adam represents that on all fronts. Okay, 5649. After waiting patiently for 40 minutes, you're up.
Good morning, Joe. It's Bert from Canyon Lake.
Good morning, Bert. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I love listening to you guys. It's all between the ears, and what Vincent has taught us in his group is when you have the proper mindset, the entrepreneur mindset, you can chill out. You can chill when everybody is going through drama. And also with Franco, what he's taught us is keep it simple. Simple freedom. Keep it simple. So I thought about this as I'm listening to you guys, and I think this formula works. Entrepreneur mindset plus action equals lifestyle. And that's for all the traffic authority ninjas. And if I could request of you, Joe, if you could tell us that story again regarding simmer down. Just simmer down.
Simmer down. And thank you very much, Bert. Simmer down is something that I love that. It was on Saturday Night Live. Remember years ago, Saturday Night Live, Sherry O'Terry, she was the actress, she was the comedian. And she played a role of a woman who was working in a diner, and she was just the girl behind the counter. She had the pencil behind her ear. She had the apron on, and people would come in and they would start getting stirred up and they would start asking, "Hey, I need my coffee." And her tagline was "Simmer down, just simmer down, everybody, simmer down." I can remember my mom using that term on me. Just simmer down, relax. 9032, you're next up. Hello, 9032. Good morning.
Hello, Joe?
Hello. Yes, this is Joe.
Good morning, Joe. How you guys doing today? I love getting on the call as well.
We're doing good. We're doing good. As a matter of fact, I really slept. I slept well last night. I fell asleep at about 10 o'clock, and I don't think I woke up until my alarm went off at 5:15. I was just like, maybe it was I finally hit the wall from exhaustion, but I'm feeling energized this morning. I am so excited about what, like Greg just said, I am dying to get my website live. I'm going to be sending traffic like a banshee today, like a madman. What is your name?
Hi, Joe. This is Dina. I'm calling in from Pennsylvania. I'm in the
Dina,
United States.
How can I help you today?
My question is actually, I was wondering when tickets, support tickets will actually be answered, because I'm actually having an issue that I really hope can get resolved really quickly, because I actually had signed by mistake on 2 sites, and I paid for my package on the wrong site, because I have a team. My sponsor's name is, I'm hoping if he's on the call, I'll pronounce his name right, Gregan. He's from the Netherlands. I'm actually on his team. He's my sponsor, and I actually paid for my package on the wrong
All right, Dino, listen.
one. And
all right, listen, what is your username on the you must have 2 usernames then, right? If you have 2 separate sites?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to do
correct.
our best to rectify that for you. Could you give me what is the user names on those 2 sites? Greg, would that be sufficient information, just the usernames from Dina?
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
All right, just quickly give me the usernames on your 2 sites,
Okay.
Dina.
One is just plain MRSDENA, Mrs. Dina, and then the other one is Mrs. Dina 40.
Is that DENA?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right, I got it. And thank you very much, Dina. And I just wanted to make a comment, okay? The guy in the Netherlands, his name is Greg. You're right. I don't know his last name. He's a regular guy here. He comes out every couple of days. He's coming out here on our radio show. But what I want to point out to you guys is how cool is our opportunity. That Greg in the Netherlands is enrolling Dina, who lives in Pennsylvania. Don't you love the power of the internet? Aren't you guys excited about what internet marketing can really do for you when you get a handle on how simple it is? And thank goodness we've got great guys here, like the teachers that we have, like Adam and his team. 2903, you're next up. Hello,
yeah.
2903. Yes.
Hello. Yes.
Yes. Hello.
Lamont, West Monroe, Louisiana.
Hey, Lamont, how are you today?
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to know that I understand, the trouble we've been having, and I really appreciate the people who are doing the code and all that. I know that's a job, doing that, and I hadn't given up. I put a Facebook page up not too long ago. My brother passed away. He didn't have a decent funeral, so I done that for him mainly. But I was going to try to use it for my business, but I didn't know enough about it to do it, so I went ahead and took it down for now till I can get some more training on it, And I know that training will be available soon and all this, and really look forward to that. And like you guys, I'm ready to, get my autoresponder going and all that, but I understand, To get things right, it takes a little bit of time, and I understand all that.
Well, listen, Lamont, I wanted to just say, I remember you. I know who you are. I remember you from the old, the beta test group. And it's good to hear you here. It's good to hear you here. And thank you for the comments, because I do know you have a technology background. So you really sound like you have simmered down. You don't sound uptight at all about some of these these last minute hurdles that we have to jump across before we get to the finish line.
Yeah, I understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And I really appreciate y'all. And I'm a praying man. I pray for the business too. Pray for all.
Lamont, thank you very much for coming in here today, and it's good to hear you that you're back. And looking forward to hearing from you again. That's Lamont checking in from Louisiana. 9190, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Earl. Can you hear me?
Earl, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Joe, I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm old school, learning the internet, but not new to network marketing. If you look at the USA, we can all agree that America is the greatest country in the world, but we faced challenges when we got started. We were outnumbered 10,000 to 1. It was supposed to be impossible for us to become a nation. You look at Abraham Lincoln, he failed more than any president in the history of the United States. And you look at all of you guys. You guys all have integrity, just like, I don't know how to put it, but I can tell you this. I risked everything I had to get started with Traffic Authority, and I think it's the best decision I could have ever made in my life. I can't even log into my system right now. I don't even know what it looks like, but I am just grateful. When I could log into my system, I got my link out there, and I made some money in an hour. I made more money than most people make on minimum wage in 40 hours a week. Now, I'm telling you guys, this is opportunity of a lifetime. And I just want to thank you, Joe, for your integrity, and Greg and Doug and Adam and Vincent Ortega is my sponsor. And I just thank you guys for doing this right. It really is an honor to be part of this. Thank you so much.
Earl, thank you very much. And I want to say you are like me, man, old school, right? New to the Internet, but a seasoned direct selling network marketer. I hear you, and thank you very much for the kind words that you have shared here with us, Earl. You really are one of those guys. As a matter of fact, Greg, why don't you come in here and make a comment here? This is Earl.
Joe, again, this is when I sit back and, just am thankful for the kind of people we attract. I mean, because Earl just said it all. I mean, said what it took me 15 minutes to get out. He said, basically in 5 seconds, he said, hey, basically I've, really made a commitment here. In the time that the pre-launch system was up, I actually placed my link and, it worked for me. I really hope that Earl will take just a minute to call in the testimonial line. Because the truth is not everyone will hear this, and we will get that testimonial out, literally to everybody on our team, because it's so powerful. And, again, it's just so calm. It's the voice of experience. And, again, I'm just so thankful that we have, people with heart like this. And, it just really gives me confidence that even if we do lose, a few of these people that just aren't terribly serious, which we know attrition is part of this business, the people who will remain, people that will be here with us a year from now, 5 years from now, are just like this. And this is the kind of guy I want to work with. This is the kind of guy I want to buy a beer for at the first event we go to. So, Earl, thank you so much. You said it so great. And, Joe, like I said, I just feel really blessed to have team members like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Earl. And you know what? Greg just mentioned our testimonial line. I did receive a handful last night. The testimonial line is a very, very simple thing, right? It's an 800 number. We even pay for the call. 800-430-9693. I'll say that number again at the end of today's radio show, but I'll say it again right now. It's 800-430-9693. When you call that number, you're going to hear my voice. I can't even remember what I said, but it's something like, hey, this is the Traffic Authority storyline. Please tell us what your story is, how you're feeling. And what we're looking for is authentic emotion. Like Earl, you said, man, I made more money just in a short time than the average American who's working for minimum wage makes in a week. That's a strong testimonial, especially for guys like me. Okay, I talked earlier about my buddy at the grocery store. Okay, and people who are working for minimum wage, right? They're looking for something else. They don't need a raise. They need an opportunity that actually will deliver. And that is like such a strong testimonial, Earl. When you talk about the fact that you made more money than a guy working for minimum wage could make in a week, and you've never made money before on the Internet, you're an old school guy, old school network marketer, dude, Katie, bar the door. Watch what happens when that message gets out. And so you can call the 800 line, 800-430-9693. You can call that number, and you can leave up to 2 minutes, I think it is. And let's say that you're leaving a message, and all of a sudden you go, you know what, this sucks. I don't like what I just said. I can do a better job. What you can do, Earl, is say, hey, Joe, it's Earl. Would you delete this one because I'm going to be calling right back because I want to tell my story a different way. That's the way it works. And what happens then is that I, the Joe, the dancing happy bear, is going to listen to the message, and I'm going to treat you with respect. I'm not going to put a message out there that's not representing how you really feel. So we screen those things, we clean those things, and then you'll hear yourself, right? You'll be able to hear yourself on one of our websites. You become famous. I'm thinking, Earl, you're going to be one of those guys that's going to be hanging with us at a live event, which is coming very soon. And you'll be one of those guys that'll be like, hey, there's Earl. There's that guy, man. There's that guy. And that's the beginning of where your business really will take off. Right? You keep hearing people today always talking about, hey, that guy, Vincent. Vincent. Well, it could be Earl they're talking about, right? But all you got to do is get in the game. Thank you very much, Earl. You're awesome.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome, Earl. And listen, I'm reluctant to say this right now. Maybe I should hold off. Okay, I'm going to hold off. 2648, you're next.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine. My name's Donna. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Donna, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much.
I do have a question, but first of all, I just want to say I commend you guys for all your hard work. I understand this technical stuff. I'm learning it myself, and I know all the hard work that goes into it, and I think you guys are just awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very
much,
Donna.
And I also want to tell everybody out there that it is very important that you get your mindset right and figure out your why. Why do you want this so bad? Because your big why is what's going to drive you. And for anybody that didn't watch the webinar last night, I suggest you go there right after this call. But my question is, if you already have an e-wallet set up, do you have to set up another one for this business?
I'm not sure. And I don't know. Douglas, are you here with us right now?
I
Douglas?
am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Come on out here. Donna has a very, very good e-wallet question.
Yeah, it's a great question, Donna. Thank you so much. And by the way, thank you for your kind words. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate that.
You guys are awesome.
But, from everybody too. Hey, you know what? It was like the first question I asked the folks at iPayout when we opened up the account, right? There's a lot of people here, a lot of people on this line, a lot of people in other opportunities that are going to come over here and want to market, and they already have an iPayout account. Well, the truth is those iPayout accounts that they have, you have, they're attached specifically to other opportunities, right? They're all specific to and tied to one opportunity. Therefore, you got to open up another one. But the good thing is it's like having multiple checks show up at your doorstep, right? iPayout account A comes from this deal, and iPayout account comes from this business, and iPayout account comes from this program, and so get ready to do a new one.
Okay. All righty. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Donna.
And thank you.
And
I have
Donna,
one more question, if
sure,
it's okay.
Yes, of course, it's okay.
You get the stair step, right? And I went in as titanium, and I should have been stair step to diamond. Will I get any confirmation on that? Or will that just be in my back office?
Well, when you log into your back office, and again, I'm not in there, but you should be able to see what your rank is. The system will tell you what qualification level you have achieved. And if you came in at the titanium, it will say there that you are qualified at the highest level or something like that. Don't quote me here, but basically it will tell you, congratulations, you're qualified at diamond, at the highest level. And Donna, listen, you mentioned something here, the big why. Okay, Simon Sinek, and we talk. This is some of the things when we get beyond this, this introduction and the launch. We spend a lot of time every morning on personal development, and one of our favorite topics here is the big why. Simon Sinek. I don't know if you guys know who Simon Sinek is. Start with why. The reason that you do something, that is really what is going to get you through the most difficult of times. And there's another saying is that when the why is big enough, the how doesn't really matter. The how will show up when your why is big enough, right? Is that correct?
That's correct. I love it. I have been studying personal growth, law of attraction, the mindset, all that stuff for like 15 years. I mean, I'm into it deep.
Well, you and I are we're cut from the same cloth, Donna. Looking forward to hearing from you again. Okay, when we start moving forward, as I said, and we get just into a more routine on our radio show every morning. These are the types of discussions that we really want to get into. As someone like yourself who has experience with this concept of getting your why correct, and so I'm looking forward to having you out here again as a featured speaker from time to time, if that works for you.
That works for me.
Excellent.
I think you guys are great, and you're doing a wonderful job. I mean, if for anybody that's frustrated out there this morning, I'm telling you, take a deep breath, 3 of them, and just calm down because I can't even get into my pre-launch pages. I can't get into my back office. I can't get into any of that. So just, be patient. You guys are doing an excellent job.
And thank you very much. And like I said, let's just simmer down, everyone. Simmer down. 6015, you're next up in the queue. Good morning. Hello, 6015. Hello there.
Hey, Joe, real quickly, man. The young lady that jumped out here like 2 or 3 ago with an issue with the 2 accounts, it's fixed. Everything's fine. We got it glued together in 1 account. She'll get an email update here shortly.
Dude, you are rocking. That, and I don't know if you're still with us here right now, but that was Dina. Dina. Let me see if you're still here, Dina, because I want to make sure that Dina is still here. Actually, there she is.
Yeah,
Hey, Dina, we got
so
you.
much.
We got you handled.
Thank you so
How's that?
much. I love you. I love you guys. I didn't get a chance to really finish my comment, but I love everything that y'all doing. I love this program, and just like all the other speakers were saying, and the one lady that just spoke, your why is very important. And just like you, I like that saying, Joe, it's just simmer down. Everything is going to be all right. Just keep pushing forward.
Well, listen, Dina, thank you very much.
And listen, are awesome.
And Doug, come on out here. Dina, Doug just fixed up that issue for you, Dina. Hey, Doug, this is Dina. You guys know each other yet?
Yeah. Right. No. Hey, Dina, how are you doing? And I just wanted to give you just a quick little update, even though the email is going to come to you. I just want to make sure you know the Miss Dina 40 is deleted, and the Miss Dina has your downline and your purchases all wrapped together. So that's where you should go.
Okay, and is Mr. Greg my sponsor?
Yep, just go inside there, and you ought to see everything you need to see. And go
okay,
into support.
thank you.
Yeah, just go into support, and you'll see your sponsor right there.
Thank you so much, Doug. I appreciate you. I love y'all guys so much. I appreciate everything that y'all doing.
Okay.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you very much.
I mean, Joe.
You're welcome. And look at how this rolls, ladies and gentlemen. I just love how when people just simmer down, and look at how everything's coming together just fine. Thank you very much, Doug, for getting that handled. I know that I know that means a lot to a lot of people here to know how proactive that we are behaving here this morning. Good morning, 5319. You're next up in our queue. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, all right, Neil.
I'm good. What is your name? What is your name?
It's Easy Money.
Easy Money. How are you, Easy Money?
All right, Neil.
I'm great.
I had purchased the 3 packages. It was like the optimizer, the teaching one, and the 220 for the traffic, and
right.
Back in the 8th of last month, and I haven't and so when I last night when I tried to log in, I couldn't log in, so I checked and the bank and everything, and everything was taken out except for the 220. So I went back in a little while ago before this morning, and I got in. So I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade. So I went to the bank, put some more money in, came back to try to put more money in to upgrade it, and I can't get back in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can't get back in probably because we are dealing with some server issues this morning. But what I want to do, Easy Money, is if you can give me the username on your account, and we'll track that $220 payment down to make sure that you are actually getting the products that you want to get your hands on, Easy Money. So what is it? What is the username on your account? Is it?
It's Easy Money, EASEE, and money is MONIE. What happened was they took the 3 packages out, but the third one, the 220, they never did take out, and it sat there, and eventually it went back into the bank. So I tried to pay for it, You know what
there's something called a signature. I think maybe there was a signature required on that. But you know what we're going to do is I got you down. It's EASEEMONIE, which is pretty cool actually. Easy Money. And we'll make sure that we get somebody at their customer service department on this right away because we want to make sure that if you're looking to get some traffic, we want to make sure that you get the traffic that you're buying for sure because that's going to be key for you. Okay, so does that answer your question? And Doug, you got that? I'll actually send in a support ticket for you as well.
I got it right here.
You do? Yeah, you got it?
All set.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, does that handle it for you, Easy Money?
Okay, so how would they contact me back?
We're going to send you probably an email. You'll probably see an email here very, very shortly from
Okay, and then how would I pay for it?
Well, support will get with you on that. You probably could just use your credit card or debit card again, and I'm sure that it's just a signature. When someone buys something from Traffic Authority and they use a credit card, there's a signature acknowledgement that is required. And that was something that we were talking about the last week or two. And I know that there's been a lot of work done on that piece to make it really, really easy and simple. And so I'm thinking that's probably what it was. And so I'm pretty sure that you'll just have the opportunity, as soon as the sites go live, to go back in and start the process from scratch is what I'm thinking, Easy Money. But we'll make sure that our support desk gets a hold of you today via email, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that very much.
All right, thank you very much. I love that. And about Easy Money, I love that, right? We got the cash flow queen. Now we got Easy Money showing up. I'm like I'm the king of all networkers. That's what I call myself. Okay, 5649. 5649, you're up.
Hi,
hey, Bert.
Hi, Joe.
Bert, you're back again. How are you?
Yes, I just wanted to let people know about Simon Sinek. It's S as in Sam, I, N, Nancy, E-K, Simon Sinek. And he does a great presentation on TED Talks. And the title is Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Action. And he did that talk at the TED Talks at Puget Sound. So if you go to YouTube and just on the search box at the top, just type in Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K, and you'll get to that talk. Okay.
Yep. You know what?
Thank you, Joe.
And thank you very much, Bert. And, you know, I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek. As a matter of fact, I've seen him speak in person. And, you know, he actually, Simon Sinek is, and he has great information. You know, Simon Sinek, he is a guy that I subscribe, actually. He has a list, and I'm on Simon Sinek's list, right? Every day I get an email from Simon Sinek. That's a list. Simon Sinek has a list. I'm on his list. Every day I hear something from him, and it's always good. Every once in a while, he'll drop an offer in there. He'll give me something that I might want to purchase. That's a list. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the business here of assisting you in building a list for yourselves. Okay, how cool is that? That's really what's going on here. At the end of the day, that's what's going on. Thank you very much for that, Bert. 295, and also Doug Wellens is chiming in here. He has a direct line to Simon Sinek. Maybe we will be seeing Simon Sinek on stage at one of our upcoming live events for Traffic Authority. 2959, you're next up in the queue.
Hey guys, it's Carlos Rodriguez from New York City. How you guys doing?
Carlos. Hey, Carlos, how are you today? How's life treating you today?
Life is treating me good. That webinar you guys did last night was awesome. Want to shout out Doug for his emotion and pouring his heart out, and that was amazing. And like I always say, every time I listen to you guys, it gives me more motivation to kick some more ass out there. And I just want to say a quick quote of Steve Harvey. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. And you guys hustle and our hustle for Traffic Authority, it's amazing, over the top. And for the young lady that said about the titanium level, I came in also at the titanium level and got boosted up to diamond. In her back office, it's going to say she is qualified from basic traffic package all the way to diamond. So that's what I wanted to say.
Well, Carlos, thank you very much. And that was Donna, by the way, who had that thing about the diamond.
Donna, yes, correct.
Donna, correct. Carlos, do I hear a baby in the background?
Yes, that's my 2-year-old daughter. Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. There's no apologies. I love that you're with your 2-year-old daughter. What's her name?
Carly Rose.
That's awesome, man. Carly Rose. Carlos, thank you very much. There it is, man. A family, man. Carlos, we really appreciate you coming in here all the time, right? I know that you're a regular guy here, and you are demonstrating. You know, you have to know something, and maybe you do know this, but there's something I know, and what I know is that you are an extraordinary leader, and you're leading by example. You're out there. You're talking to people. Hey, man, I talked to the guy at my grocery store last night. I know. I heard that. Yeah. And I've heard you talk about how you talk to people who are coming into your establishment all the time, right? And and the fact that you're out here sharing those stories and you're making money, and there's Carly Rose in the background. You, my friend, are a leader, and you're demonstrating that right here, right now. I salute you. Thank you for coming here.
No, I thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. There's Carlos checking in from NYC, the Big Apple. New York City. So nice they named it twice. 5751, you're next up in the queue.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We're doing great. Who's this?
This is Anthony from Maryland.
Hey, Anthony, how are you today? Another guy who shows up here, another one of our leaders. What's up, man?
Yes. So I just had a question for Doug, especially. I've been calling and trying to contact support on this. I might have been a victim of the signature problem because I bought a gold package on August 21st, and I wanted to get credited for the stair-step bonus, during that time, but it's not showing up in my queue that I bought that particular gold traffic package. So I was wondering if I could get with you or get with support today to get that, because I don't know if I have to rebuy it or what the status of my situation is.
Anthony, what is your username?
My user is, it's MINDTRAF1.
MIM as in Mary, ND like Notre Dame, TRAS.
MIN as in Nancy, D as in door,
mind,
and then T as in traffic, R as in red, A as in apple, and then F as in Frank, 1.
Okay, I'm going to make sure we get that over to support today, because if you bought your package prior to midnight, you will qualify for that stair-step bonus. That's going to be retroactively applied, and if it was a signature page issue, we'll make sure that we get that sorted out. I'll send this over today, and we'll do our best to get you to the top of the queue so we can get you an answer and get that package purchased for you today. Does that sound cool?
That sounds awesome. And
right.
So just send me back an email to mindfacttech@gmail.com, the one that's on the account.
Okay. I'll make sure that we get this handled today. I got you in the queue here, Anthony. No problem.
I appreciate y'all.
And thank you for your patience, dude. Talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Anthony checking in from Maryland. He comes in here pretty often as well. We'll keep it moving. 4458. You are next up.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
This is June from Wyoming.
June, how are you?
I'm awesome.
What's happening today?
Not a whole lot. I really wanted to just give a shout out to Greg for just always being there and letting me know everything's going to be all right. And I wanted to say that last night's webinar was so amazing. And Adam, just like you, it's crazy, his knowledge. And, I just wanted to say that anybody that didn't watch that webinar last night, it's so amazing that you really need to do that. And you guys are just doing an awesome job. Thank you so much.
And thank you, June. Thank you very much for showing up here every single day. And I know that Greg is amazing. He does take time out. And I'll tell you guys this. I say this almost every day, it seems. I can testify because I do spend a lot of time with guys like Greg and Doug, because we're working on this project together. And behind the scenes, these guys really, really, really care. Okay, this is a huge opportunity, and you hear these huge numbers, and 60,000 people and 16,000 people on Facebook, and one of the things I notice is that if you really care about your business and you are really focused and paying attention to your results, you could not have a better team of guys who truly care about your result. Greg and Doug are amazing characters. 6488, you are next up in the queue.
Hey, Joe, it's
Hello.
Dave. I'm Tinley Park, buddy.
Dave, how's it going out there in Tinley Park?
Hey, man, sorry you haven't heard me on the calls. I've been putting a few extra hours in so I get more traffic. Hey, listen, I just wanted to – I have a problem. Doug and Greg need to take care of this. They're misspelling my name when the checks come out this Friday. It's pronounced Vincent Ortega. Okay, just so you know. Let's get that straightened in the record, okay?
Yes, we'll make sure. We'll make sure.
Listen,
and if you're like Vincent Ortega, you need a dump truck to take the money to the bank because that's how much is going in every week.
I will rent one if I have to. That's all I wanted to take care of. Just make sure let's make sure that's corrected. Hey, listen, just everybody that's out there, let's just keep the faith, man. They've never done anybody wrong, and as you can tell from the people who've had some issues, they are getting it fixed. And as I've been telling people on the Facebook page and everything, you guys we'll never leave anybody behind. So realize that if it's not fixed now, it will. So just have some faith. I know people have invested a lot of money and they're waiting for things to happen, but that will come. Relax. You You don't invest in the stock market and say, today I just made $1 million because I just bought it 5 seconds ago.
Right.
Not unless you're Trump. So I can't afford to do that kind of investment. So listen, let's do it so that I can make those kinds of investments. So you guys keep up the good work, and let's get that spelling error corrected.
We will, Dave. Thank you very much for checking in. Dave's calling in. He might be in his ambulance right now. That guy's actually a paramedic calling in from Tinley Park, Illinois. Thank you very much, Dave. And Dave, I want to comment on the fact that you're always on that Facebook page and keeping it real and keeping it positive and helping people. Here's something I know is that you're a leader for sure. 9366, you are next up in the queue.
Hey, Joe, this is James Brown again.
James, how are you today?
I tell you, every day I'm going to have a question or two for you guys every day. How you doing, Greg?
Greg's off the line right now. I think he's coming right back. He had to take a call. I think it's related to the project, so he's working behind the scenes right now. Doug is here, though.
Okay. I want to say this real quick. Question. I wrote them down, too. I wanted to say this. Is it safe to say to get your own traffic to generate leads? Second of all, is when people sign up under you, how do you actually know? And third, should I buy more clicks?
Well, the answer to the question is you can always generate other traffic. Like, if you were here earlier, I talked about, having a conversation with the dude at the grocery store last night. Well, that's traffic. That's traffic, right? That is traffic, right? Now I've got somebody it's traffic. I've got somebody who's interested, who's looking at my offer. That's traffic. You can generate traffic a variety of different ways. People do direct mail and send direct mail to their links. People do, social media. They send social media. You can get traffic. I would also say that, buying traffic is a solution, certainly, absolutely, because you want people in your organization to buy traffic, of course, because you'll receive compensation on their activity as well. And when you have someone show up in your organization, that you will see them in your member back office as new members of your team. As a matter of fact, James, I would ask you to go again tonight or today and watch the webinar that we did last night. Okay, about 15, 20 minutes into the webinar is when Adam really opens up the playbook, and he actually shows in the back office, okay? And that stuff will be coming live, and I'll make an announcement at the end of this call.
It's not live yet. That's what I'm saying, though, Joe. It's not live actually yet, so I wouldn't know right at this point.
That's correct. But you will know very, very soon, like any minute.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
James. All right.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome. I appreciate you, James Brown, checking in. Hey, Greg is back. There you are, Greg. Greg, James Brown was just giving you a shout-out, dude. James Brown was just here giving you a shout-out. 0023, you're next up in the queue.
Yes, good morning, Joe. I also had the same problem as the fella a few times before me here, that I was supposed to get the bump up, and it didn't happen. It just shows me as getting the 440 package. And,
what is your name, sir? What's your name?
The username is Life at the Max.
I love that. Life at
the Max.
Just the way it sounds?
Yep.
Okay, that's your username is Life at the Max. What is your name?
Bob Hartman.
Okay, Bob. I'm going to send this over. Okay, we got people here this morning who are also, it's always about that free bump, right? That upgrade, that stair step bonus, which is so cool that you took advantage of that. That's absolutely awesome. And I'll let you guys in on a clue. Here's something that Adam mentioned last night. You, Bob Hartman, you felt inspired by that stair step bonus. That was something that was very, very cool, correct? Well, as you move forward with this program, when people join you in business, people will be given a 7-day window to actually get stair stepped up, which is absolutely amazing. Because now you got people who they will see what you see, and then they're going to actually say, you know what, I can get a stair step. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to come in here at titanium so I can get a stair step up to diamond. It really, really will make a difference in your business. And you're proof, Bob. You saw something there that was attractive. So as one of the marketing tools that has been designed is offering people the stair step bonus when they're coming through your funnel, which I think it definitely is a difference maker for so many of us. So Life at the Max, and you're looking for your stair-step bonus, and it may already be there, Bob. We'll just have to double-check. Do you have another question or a comment?
Yes, I do. A question on the traffic. Is a company that has an online business selling widgets, would this traffic be targeted for someone like that also, or is it just for someone looking for an opportunity to make money?
Yeah, we're in the sector of the business opportunity sector, and the reason is because that marketplace is so big. I don't know how many people sell widgets online, but we have been informed. It's not, they didn't call us on the telephone. When I say we've been informed, what I say is that the Direct Selling Association they compile data, and according to the Direct Selling Association, there are in the neighborhood of 18 million people in North America who have a website in the business opportunity sector. They're looking to bring people into their business. So that's a huge, getting to that group of people is something that will be, we'll never be able to service the entire market ever. But I will say this. One of the things that you will learn in the Traffic Academy is how you can, create language, called a capture page that will be enticing or be something that will be attractive for somebody who sells widgets. And then you can become a service provider for the widget industry if that's what really is exciting to you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Do I have your questions answered, Bob? You're very welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Bob Hartman checking in. You're very welcome. Thank you very much for taking the time here. Okay, number one, all I know is that you are 10 months.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. Who's this?
This is Scott in Everett. How you doing this morning?
I'm great, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing great, but it'll get better.
Yes.
I got a problem here, and hopefully you or Greg or Doug and even Seven from Heaven can help me out. I have a lot of people on Instant Messenger, and a lot of people approach me with their business opportunities, and I say, hey, yeah, I'll listen to it, and then I ask them if they want to have some traffic to their business. And I've done it many times. However, I just need a hook. I've tried different approaches, doing some testing on different things, but, I'm just not getting that hook. And I'm wondering, can you give me a nugget? Anybody got a gold nugget I could use to hook them?
Yeah, there's plenty of nuggets. This is why we show up here for training every single day. Mr. Greg Chambers, who is an expert.
I got a nugget.
Field, right. You are an expert in this field, dude. I can hear you vibrating.
Oh my goodness,
right now.
Dude! I mean, talk about nuggets. I mean, all I can recommend. And I'm sorry, you guys. Was it Scott? I don't have a great connection on this.
Yeah.
Scott, my recommendation would be to go to the Facebook page. Adam put up a testimonial thread about 3 or 4 days ago, and this lists, all the way from, people that, are doing just huge money here to doing, their first $100. It kind of covers, the gamut. And I can just tell you from 20 years experience, in the network marketing and email marketing industry that, results really are the key factor. So, I would take a look over a couple of those and, maybe, just kind of put some of them together. And I think what you'll find is if you have people on your instant message list that are at all interested in earning additional income, seeing average people, and then, of course, seeing some of the, the more above average people, I mean, if that does not excite them, they're probably not going to be interested in this opportunity. But, I mean, when you see Vince come out and talk, and when you see Devon and Eric Bechtold, and, I mean, there's so many on there, I don't even mention them all because there's now, there's over 10 videos there and, probably another, 30 written testimonials that are just so powerful. If you just spend a little bit of time on that thread, I guarantee you that will work. Now, also, make sure you watch the webinar from last night because Adam talks a little bit about when you do talk about income claims, it's very critical to put our little disclaimer link on there. You don't ever want to advertise income, discussions without the disclaimer because, some people will get different results. But I'm just saying, I mean, that's very, very powerful marketing. If you want to know what I'm going to be doing for my own list, I'm going to be compiling some of those testimonials because they are the most powerful I have ever seen, and I believe it will work for you.
Awesome. That's great. because I am in your downline. I'm directly underneath you, Greg. And so, yeah, thank you, guys. My wife and I, we trust you wholeheartedly, and we're excited to get going. But like all the leadership says, don't worry about the back office. It'll come. It'll be ready to go. In the meantime, you get ready to go to push the button. And so I'm trying to get ready to push that button. So when it hits, it's going to go great. Real quick, this is the first time my wife and I have ever made money in anything that we've done, either online or even outside of off the computer. And we are so happy. We are so excited. And, Joe, we are trying to get to magic by Friday.
There it is. Thank you very much. Make a grand in commission, Scott. Thank you very much for coming here today, and thank you very much for your kind words. And like Greg said, you know, there's so many things that we have here. And last night on the webinar, it was revealed, right? We have a plan. There is a plan, and there's a daily marketing plan. For those of you guys who are wondering, where is the, where do we find the daily marketing plan? Here it is. It is blog.trafficauthority.net. That will take you to a place that has a marketing plan, swipe files, recommendations, things that will work if you work the plan. And here's something else. You know, that was a great thing that you just shared with us, Scott. And I want everybody here actually to, consider giving us a video testimonial. Okay, all you've got to do is take your cell phone, right, and just talk. Give it, like Doug said last night, a couple bullet points. Hi, my name is Joe from Carefree, Arizona. Me and my wife are just loving it. It's the first time we've ever made money. I am so happy and I'm so confident because I know that now I finally can rest. I can finally know that I'm going to be able to make money with people who truly care. Whatever your real story is, just tell the truth. And if you can put that to 60 seconds, 90 seconds, just talk, hold your, do it like a selfie, man. Talk right to your cell phone. Maybe just shoot a YouTube in front of your laptop, and then post those for us on Facebook. Let the world know. And then there's also archives that are being built specifically for those pieces. Okay, specifically for that stuff. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Thank you very much, Mr. Wellens and Greg. Let me see here where we are in the queue. Let me see exactly where we are. I think you're up here. 9537, you're next up. 9537, you're next in the queue.
Hey, Joe. Billy Jordan here.
Hey, Billy. How are you today?
Real good. I just had a couple questions, and I was going to also see if maybe Doug could help me out, too. The first question was the stair-step bonus. I've heard two different things, and I just want to clarify so I'm not confused or tell anybody the wrong thing. Today I heard you mention that if you join, you get 7 days, like a period to get the stair-step bonus with your traffic purchase. And then I also believe I heard Greg a couple days ago or something say that after pre-launch you don't get the 7-day thing. So I'm just a little confused about that. If you could help me with that question.
Okay, here's all right, come on out here, Greg. Greg can handle this question for us better than
Yes, because the gentleman did hear me answer that question yesterday, and this is a critical factor to understand the difference. The question that I understood yesterday was, will the people that have been hovering around, the 55,000 people that have been here, will they be offered the stair-step bonus after the cutoff? And the answer is absolutely not. They had the same chance everyone else did. However, the brand new people we're marketing to in the new sales pass, when we go to the cold marketing, we go to new people. In order to have your marketing be as effective as your pre-launch marketing, that same sexy bonus will be offered to those new people coming through. The point is, it's not for people to actually sit here and see it and then basically say, 6 months later, okay, I'm ready to go, and they get that bonus. That bonus is for first movers. And so, Bob, just to answer your question fully, it's as the person comes through in their first 7 days, they have the same opportunity that you had. But there are some people, millions and millions of people, to be honest, that didn't have that opportunity in pre-launch. So as you introduce them through your marketing, whether it's Warren Cold Market, you'll be able to offer that same bonus to them, and they will have 7 days. But after that, their window will also close. Is that more clear?
Is that clear, Billy? Did you get that?
Yes, it's clear. So, because I am in my first 7 days, I will be purchasing traffic tomorrow, so I will be able to get the stair step in.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. My second question, or if I could, is for Doug. I have a similar problem that some people have. I started with the first account at the $44 or $47. I would like to remove that account because I upgraded with another account. Can I do that today?
What is your username, Billy? We'll see about consolidating your accounts.
Okay, the one I want to remove is Billy's Biz, BILLYSBIZ.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right.
I was just because I looked in there and I saw some leads and I was like, But anyway, maybe I can get them switched over to my new one, which is BJS Team, and that would be great. I really appreciate you guys doing that for me, and I'm really excited to get my traffic tomorrow and pump it out.
All right, Billy, keep up the good work, and thanks for chiming in here this morning. We appreciate you showing up. You're welcome. Let's keep it moving. 1799, you're next up.
Hi, this is John from Maryland. Hey, good afternoon. How you doing,
hey, John?
Eric? Joe?
I'm good. How are you today?
Real good, man. I've been in a number of pre-launches, but this has been the most exciting one. I mean, because, I just see so much. I stay plugged in. I get so much details. You guys just rock it. Last evening, man, that was just the bomb as far as showing us as far as what's in the back office and what we're looking forward to. So the main thing, as you mentioned, what I'm doing is just staying busy and just continuing to show my link to everybody. But I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, I was with ILS, and I did pay the $144, and I was also charged $117 for I don't know what reason. But as far as the Traffic Academy, it's still saying that I'm not qualified, even though I did pay the $144.
Okay, John, what is your username? We'll make this easy, and I'll send this into the support desk for you.
Okay, it's JOHN, E is in Edward, R is in Ronald, A is in Allen, and the number 4. So
all right,
generic 4.
Have you sent in a support ticket on this yourself yet?
Yeah, I sent it back in on August 22nd, but I just still haven't gotten any response from it.
Okay, I'll make sure we get this to the front of the line. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, John. I really do appreciate that. Here's a guy who goes all the way back to the beta testing when we were trying to break the toy.
Yeah, I go back to CBC, go back there, and I also had a chance to talk with Greg. Shout out to Greg, man, good guy, man. And Eric Buchtold is my sponsor, but I'm hoping I'm gonna ping you, Greg, and see if I could do a 3-way, because I have some big fish, and I know they want to talk to an owner.
Hey,
so
Greg.
I hope I can do that.
Greg, this guy goes back to CPC. There it is. You know how to get a hold of Greg, right? Just send him a direct connect on Facebook, right, Greg?
That is correct. Just hit me at Greg Chambers at Facebook. Send me a PM, and we'll set it up.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
You're awesome. You're awesome, John. Thank you very much for coming out here today. We'll make sure that we get that handled for you, okay?
Thank you, Joe, Doug. Appreciate it. All you do.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. There he is, John from Maryland checking in. One of the guys who's been around for a long time. 5082, you're next up. It's your turn. 5082. Hello. Hello, 5082. Let's see what we can do here. 5082. Hello. I guess 5082 must have been a butt dial. 0258, you're next up. 0258.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
Okay, this is Bernadette. I just wasn't sure how you were calling numbers, so I guess it's the last 4 of her phone number. Okay, I got it.
I'm sorry. I should have made myself clear.
It's okay. I have the same question. I paid back on the 22nd for the 144, and it never went through. So I paid again like 3 days later, but I only did the 47 and a traffic package, and I recall signing a signature on that. I don't recall doing it on the 144. And my back office, it's telling me on one page that I'm qualified for the academy, but then the other page, when you first log in, and on 2 pages, it telling me to purchase.
Okay, Bernadette, what is your user extension? What is your username on your site? And we'll put this in the queue.
Payforus, Payforus. So basically, I need the academy activated and 1 optimizer and 1 reseller fee refunded.
Okay, I'll send.
Or he can always put that towards next month, actually, and just pay the $97.
I will send this over to the people in the support desk.
I did put in a support ticket over about a week ago, right when it happened, and nothing.
Okay, we'll make sure that we get you to the front of the line. Okay.
Okay, and I also wanted to know, I believe in the beginning it directed us when we purchased the traffic package where we wanted the links, the clicks to go.
Right.
And I believe I put in my business that I'm currently working on, but it's so saturated and this is so new, I actually kind of want to just drive my traffic to this. Is it possible to switch it?
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, when we go live at some point today, you'll be able to go into your back office and you can determine where you want your traffic to go. As a matter of fact, if you have the Traffic Optimizer suite of tools, which it sounds like you do, you can even split the traffic. You can actually run what they call a split, a rotator, whatever you want to call it. You can actually determine what traffic you want to send, what percentage. You can turn it off, you can turn it on. You're in total control of that activity. That is entirely up to you where you want it to go, and you can even suspend it if you're not available for the weekend or something. You can say, I'm going to hold off on sending my traffic until I can be in front of my computer to be more responsive to my prospects. So there's all kinds of. It's totally up to you, and we will get into much more detailed training on this as we move forward in the coming weeks, Bernadette.
Yeah, I've never used those type of tools, so I kind of was looking at it and was a little bit confused there. So. Okay,
I'm joining you in that confusion. I'm new here too, trying to figure stuff out myself, and so we're going to be here to support you all along the way. Though you have our guarantee.
Okay. All right, thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I could switch that traffic because I really don't want to. I want to focus on this now, not the other one. I'm jumping ship.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Let me just let people know because again, this is really critical. Because some of the order forms actually omitted the URL altogether, and of course they were equally concerned. And just to answer the question is the way that the traffic will go is that we will actually put them in the ready, so to speak. They will be in the rotator, but the users, in this case you, will have complete control, and your traffic will be set to pause. So that simply means that there'll be no traffic running. You'll log into your back office, and we'll have a video on this, so not to worry, too. We'll show you exactly how to do it. But you'll be able to either just confirm the link that you put in originally, or if you didn't have any link, you'll have the chance to add a link. Or if you didn't like the one you put in originally, you'll be able to change it to another one. And just another thing, too, I just want to remind people that, traffic is going to run, over 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. And, the way these campaigns work is you also be able to, be tracking your stats and be able to update things as you go. Because you'll even see we'll be adding new landing pages, new lead capture pages, and we'll even have a second, cold market funnel coming in before most of these traffic packages are done. So you'll actually really be able to have some fun. You'll be able to, either switch it over if you wanted to, or you'll be able to create a rotator that everyone who has the Traffic Optimizer, you'll be able to actually add, for the first sales path and the second sales path, you can split the traffic. You can send half to one. You can send 90% to one. I mean, the cool thing about our tools and our traffic is you are in complete control. So, but you'll never have any wasted traffic, and no one's traffic will start until they unpause it, which is what I really wanted to say, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chambers. So is that Bernadette?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure the Academy gets credited to my account. And like I said, I don't need a refund. They can just put the 47 towards next month.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool. We'll make sure we're gonna fast track you to the front of the line here, okay?
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay, you're very, very welcome, Bernadette, checking in this morning. Got a few more people in the queue here. Let's go to 3391. That's the last 4 digits of your phone number, 3391. You're next up.
Hi, Joe. This is Joe the plumber from California.
Joe the plumber. How you doing?
Good.
Are you the guy? Are you the same Joe the plumber that was endorsing the Republican candidate for president a few years ago?
Definitely not.
How can I help you today, Joe?
Okay, on my my traffic package that I got, is there a way to upgrade that?
Is there a way to upgrade that? That's a good question. That's a good question. Upgrading is always a cool thing. I don't know. Greg, I know we offered the upgrade during pre-launch only.
Me.
Come on out here, man.
Sorry, Joe. There's a little bird in my outfit, and it's saying me. Oh man, I love this question. And interesting enough, in CPC Broker and even in the beta test, we did not have this feature. We did not have it. The way this actually works, it's very, very exciting. It works the same as an upgrade, because what happens is, let's just say as an example, you started with a gold traffic package and it's going along, and you say, wow, I'd really like to be platinum. And so basically you actually have the ability simply to order another gold package. You'll actually have 2 traffic orders in your back office, but we have something called the qualification bank. And the way it works is the qualification bank on personal purchases, direct purchases you personally make, you get dollar for dollar credit. So those 2 packages together will combine to a platinum package. Now, of course, if you were to make those decisions in your first 7 days, you would not only get a platinum as far as the traffic you'd be receiving, you'd actually also get the stair-step bonus up to titanium in commission qualification. But I just want to be very clear, because many people will order these things way after 7 days, and we get that. So just even taking the stair-step bonus piece out, being able to add the gold package to the gold package and be platinum, from a commission qualification point, and also getting the platinum amount of traffic or 2 gold packages, it's a huge, huge enhancement. This did not exist before, because the way it used to work is you would have needed, 3 times the volume of a platinum package. Just do the math on that. That's 6 gold packages either you would have to purchase or have to be referred up from your team. Now, by just doing 2, you get that same benefit. So, Joe, it's the same thing, as an upgrade, but it works really through the qualification bank. It's really exciting stuff.
Okay.
Joe the plumber, does that answer your question?
Yeah, I did the platinum, which was that stair up to titanium.
Titanium. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm working my way up to diamond. I just figured I could upgrade to the.
All right. Well, listen, Joe. Just Greg laid it out there, and just keep moving forward. We have so many different opportunities for you here, with things like the qualification bank and then building your organization. One of the really cool things, if you remember last night, and this is what I want you guys again to pay attention to the webinar last night, and this was so cool, the piece about actually designing your business plan. Okay, designing your business plan, and then the system will actually assist you in creating a plan on how do you get there. And that's done through things like, the qualification bank. It gives you credit, but really it's about assisting others very, very simply, and just, applying basic principles. You'll get to diamond very, very soon. I know that you will, Joe the plumber. Thanks for calling in today. Do you have any other questions or comments before we move on?
That's it. Thank you very much, Joe.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Joe the plumber checking in. I love that, man. Joe the plumber. Okay, 6488. You're back.
Yeah, Joe, sorry, it's Dave again out here in Tinley Park. Actually, I'm up at Palos Hospital waiting for something to do now. So, listen, I forgot to add one thing. I'm going to need your help on this, too, for Greg and Doug. The Tinley Park Convention Center has a Lou Malnati's not too far from here, so just remember that.
Hold on, where are you located? I'll be right over.
The Tinley Park Convention Center. We got a whole bunch of hotels, centrally located. Look at that, huh?
I can visit my mom. I know. I can see. We're thinking. And as a matter of fact, the conversations were actually had many conversations this last week about where in the world, where in North America, is our very first live event going to take place. And we're talking about all the major cities.
Chicago.
Hey man, that's what I'm saying. My vote was for the Chi, right? My vote was for let's get back to the Chi. And if there's a pizza joint that Greg has got a hankering for, I like our chances. Dave.
I'll get you, Doug. I'll get you pizza from around here, right down, literally across the street from there.
Hey, yesterday,
subliminal messages there. That's all subliminal, right?
Hey, day before yesterday, there's a Rosati's up by me, and the day before yesterday, I had a slice of Rosati's for lunch. I was talking to the guy in there. I'll tell you the story one day about. There's a hot dog stand over here in Carefree, Arizona. I'll tell you about this guy next time we meet out there. With the hot dog guy. Everybody loves their Chicago food. We love the hot dogs. We love the pizza. We love you, Dave. Thank you very much for checking in here. Dave checking in from Tinley Park. 1650. You are next up in the queue. 1650. You're up.
Hi guys, it's Barry. How's it going?
Barry, what's up, man? How you doing today? This is Barry from Tucson. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing just fine. Man, what a couple things I want to say is what an awesome webinar last night. Seeing the back office, all the details, it's just amazing. I can't wait to get in there and get my list over to GetResponse and start learning what else I need to do here. But I just want to I've got a title for you guys out there, Greg, Doug, behind the scenes Chad, and Adam, whether he's listening or not. You guys are Internet Jedi Masters, and I'm your student. I appreciate you so much.
May the force be with you.
Yes.
May the force be with you. You ever see that movie Spaceballs? May the farce be with you. But
yeah.
I love that idea. Okay, Jedi Masters. We're talking about Yoda now. Now you're getting into my territory. There's no such thing as try, just do.
Yeah. Internet Jedi Masters.
Internet Jedi Masters. Thank you very much, Barry. Keep up the good work. Okay.
You bet.
And stick around. All right, I got an announcement coming up very, very soon. As soon as we're almost done here. Good morning, 6392. Good morning. You're in the queue.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. Who's this?
It's Mallory.
Mallory of Mickey and Mallory. I love you, Mallory. I love you, Mickey. How you doing this morning, Mallory?
Doing very well. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you. I'm having a good morning. I'm loving all. We're loving.
And
I'm loving all the love we're getting from our community here. What's going on with you today?
Well, I watched the webinar last night, so there's still some things. I know you guys are still working some stuff out and everything like that, and I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because when I look at computers or try and do stuff, it's like I don't quite understand. So I guess my biggest question is, one second, about the swipe up emails. I don't know, are we just supposed to copy and paste those and then just put our traffic authority thing in there and then send it out that way?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do, and remember, this is done for you style marketing. Okay, when you get yourself loaded up with your autoresponder system, there are already emails that are loaded in there like crazy that actually do the work for you. Now, if you want to get a little bit more proactive, then yes, there are swipe files, and you'll get those every day. As a matter of fact, there are probably some swipe files available for you right now if you go to the blog site. Right, that's why we put this stuff in place, and so that you guys have totally. You know what I mean?
I've seen those. I was just wondering how exactly I use them. So do I just copy and then paste them and then put my own in there and send it to who I want to send it to?
All right. Well, listen, we do have a Jedi Master on board here, a guy who's been in the email marketing stuff for since the beginning of email marketing. His name is Greg Chambers. Greg, come on out here, okay? This is Mallory. Great question she has.
Yes, in fact, Mallory, this is such a great question. And again, you're helping a lot of people because they're thinking the same thing. And this goes to show really the power of the systems. And I want to answer your first question because you said when I go to the email swipes, as an example from the pre-launch back office, can I copy and paste? And the answer is yes, and the reason for that is your personal link has already been loaded in there for you. So we've taken into account that, on your account, you're going to pull your ad with your personal information. So understand, I've been doing this for, like Joe likes to say, they actually pulled a stone tablet out from Aristotle time, and I actually had an ad placed on that somehow. So, again, back in the day, unfortunately, the ads were generic. You had to add your link, and you had to basically be able to copy and paste the ad, then copy and paste your tracking link, your URL. And here, it's so much more updated. Thank goodness I can put away my stone carving tools, and, we literally can just say sign in the back office, copy and paste once, and your info is there. So it's critically important to know all you've got to do is go to your back office, take your swipe, and you're good to go.
Awesome.
And Mallory, thank you very much for calling in today. And, one of the things that I mentioned this earlier in today's radio show, I think I did. I'm sure Adam last night, when he was going through some of the simplicity, right, some of the really simple things that have been created, I want you to consider what he said. He talked about the fact that so many people, come through a program or there's something that's very, very exciting for them, and then there's one simple element that they just can't seem to get, and that one thing derails the whole project for them, right? And this thing you're talking about right now, okay, I want to send specific email to individuals, and I want to make sure that I'm getting credit or they know who the email is coming from. That one little thing, okay, taking that requirement of you cutting and pasting a link and having to do, customization that's like, oh, please, why do I have to do this now? Really? I'm not even going to do this now. And taking those into consideration. That's the kind of vision that this team has. They've been around here for so long, and they've been doing these things for so long that they understand what really are the challenges that most of us, myself included, face when it comes time to get into the real world of Internet marketing. And these guys have come up with a solution. And these solutions are always going to be coming. Listen, Mallory, thank you very much for coming out here this morning. I'm looking. It looks like everybody's question has been answered. Everybody's thirst has been quenched. Now, I want to say something right now. As we've been sitting here this morning, Doug has been very, very active. He's been actually I spoke too soon. 5339. I spoke too soon.
Hey, guys. You got Charles Green from the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania. Listen,
hey,
I just want to say, Doug, Joe, Greg, you guys are doing a phenomenal job out there, and nobody should be worried about what's going on in the back office. You got Adam back there, the master scientist. I worked with Adam years ago, and he always came through, always made sure everything was fine-tuned and working right. And I want to thank you guys again for the iPad Maxi. My wife wants one now, by the way. And I just want to say you guys are doing a great job, and I'm super pumped.
Charles, did you win one of the iPads?
Yeah, I won one of the iPads.
All right, listen, did you do a video for us? Did you shoot a quick video testimonial for us and post it on the page or send it in to Doug?
I sent the video over to Doug already.
Oh, you did? Awesome. Thank you very much, Charles. I haven't seen it yet. Congratulations. And, have to get one for your wife. I think there's going to be a lot of contests coming. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff as we move forward here through our community. And congratulations. You're one of the first 3 people that made that diamond level way, way back. Way, way back. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? It seems like forever, but you're one of those guys, Charles. Thank you very much. And you are right. We are in good hands here. We have these people working behind the scenes who are awesome. Hey, come on out here, Doug Wellens. Dude, come on out here.
Hey, absolutely. Charles, congratulations, buddy. I love the video that you did, man. That was absolutely awesome. And I'm really glad you're having a great time with it, man.
Thanks, guys. I know everything's getting fine-tuned right now. There's no problems. This is just technology, so nobody should worry because everything's gonna be running like a fine oil machine in due time. So don't you guys worry because we got the greatest product on earth right now, and that's traffic. Everybody needs traffic. I've been doing this thing since 1988, going all the way back to the Amway days, to selling water filters with the NSA, to New Skin, whatever. Now we in the world of internet marketing. That's all old school. Pound of pavement, guerrilla marketing, leaving flyer cars on people's cars and talk to family, friends, people that we know, and, all that stuff that people don't want to do. These days, it's just so simple. Just buy the traffic, really, to be honest. And at the same time,
with this program, they're teaching you how to get the traffic yourself with Traffic Academy. So once the doors open, everybody's going to see all that information back there. It's going to be right there. You're going to become a student of the industry, okay? Just become a student of the industry. You got to learn how to get your own traffic. But in the meantime, all we have to do is buy it, and people are going to get in the sales funnel, and the sales is going to kind of like happen.
Hey, Charles,
you're absolutely right, and thank you for saying all that. And I just wanted to let everybody know right now, just like Charles did, putting up a video, okay? And Charles, I hope you posted that in the Facebook, group here, man, where we have that little video section. Throw your videos up there, guys, because we are giving away more free iPad Air 2s, okay? And it's for everybody. You don't have to be a rock star sales guy or gal. You don't have to buy a traffic package and qualify this, that. No. You put a video out there, and we are going to be giving away free iPad 2s here, guys. So do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. Before September is over, there's at least 2 or 3 people more that, 2 or 3 more people, that are going to win some free iPads. So got to get your videos out there. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Charles, you just gave me a jolt, my friend, because I was in NSA. That was my first rodeo, was NSA, the water filter company. And I met a guy there. I met a guy in NSA. His name is Jeff Olson. I remember breaking bread with this dude. And he's the author of the book called The Slight Edge. And we talk about this book as, the slight edge. It's the simple things that we do every single day that make a difference over the long term. I'm going to recommend that all of you guys get The Slight Edge. We're going to be talking about this book in the coming weeks and how you can apply these very simple principles to your business, to your life. The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Yeah, Charles, I met Jeff Olson in NSA along with Todd Isaacson and Marion Morgan, and all these guys were way back there. I mean, that was my first rodeo. You took me back in time there, my friend. 1896, you're next up. Let's keep it moving.
Hey, this is Kurt from Lake Stevens.
Hey, Kurt, how are you today?
I'm terrific. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. Thank you very much. What's going on in Lake Stevens?
Well, it's getting cold now.
Is it?
Yeah. So my goal here in this company is to get to move down to the Palm Springs area so I can golf in warmer weather, maybe even in Carefree, Arizona.
Hey, man, the golf courses up here are amazing, right? I live on a golf course, actually. For those of you guys who are listening close, you hear that roar about every 10 minutes here. It's some hunk of machinery that they drive across the golf course every day to blow the shavings. I don't know what that machine does, but, yep, this will do it for you, Kurt, for sure.
Yeah, I know it will. Hey, I just want to say you guys are simmering down really nice.
Thank you very much. Simmer down.
My question for you is, I'm getting the circle too, but actually during this conversation I actually got in, but now it's not letting me back in. But I'm going to trafficauthority.net /login.php.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
And Kurt, you said something there, and thank you for the comments, my friend. Really, I appreciate that. Stay warm up there. I think I told you Stevens is my mother's maiden name. So Lake Stevens. But here's something I want to share with everybody, right? As we've been going through this morning, I've been checking from time to time, and like you, Kurt, I was able to log into my member back office about maybe 10 minutes ago. It was live, and the words coming in. Okay, we're getting information now that says that there was a migration that took place overnight, and here's what happened. Here's the migration. The migration was because of the vision that the leadership has here. Adam and his guys, they said last night, you know something? We need to make a change here quickly because our growth is magnificent. So we have some server issues that we see we may have an issue down the line. So let's make a move right now. And so they went ahead last night and they did a major move and they did some migration, and now it's starting to come to life. It's like the eye of the dinosaur is opening, right? It's like all of a sudden, and I was going to, before this morning in the middle of our radio show, if you were listening, I actually said, I'm going to say something. I said, no, I'm not going to say it. Because what I was going to say is, we're live. I just logged in. But I was afraid that it would put too much pressure on. Have you ever heard this? There's a legend out there, right? A legend says that during the Super Bowl game here in North America, at halftime, that so many people go to the bathroom and then flush the toilets that they're unable to put out a fire because the drain on the water supply is just too. You ever heard that story? It's like what happens when everybody goes to the bathroom at halftime in the Super Bowl? It's like, I hope your house isn't on fire because all the water in the whole city is being drained and the firemen can't put a fire out. And so that's what I was thinking this morning. If I announce on the radio that the websites are live, because I was in there during today's show, I was in there, and I was like, oh man, I want to tell everybody, but then everybody will stop listening. They'll go try and log in, and you let the cat out of the bag, Kurt. We're coming up. The systems are coming back to life. You're the proof that I'm not making this shit up, bro.
Hey, I'm kind of an old guy. I actually worked for a guy named W. Clement Stone.
Whoa.
You know, he's Napoleon Hill's buddy.
Yep.
Whoa. I was actually in the training. I worked for his insurance company, and I did pretty good at it. And I was in a training room with him. And what a guy, you know. Started selling papers in Chicago for 10 cents a copy.
Yeah, he's
one insurance company.
He's one of the originals, W. Clement Stone. Absolutely.
Yeah. He actually died on my birthday, September 3rd. And
oh, happy birthday, bro. Coming up, right? Tomorrow's
it's coming up tomorrow.
There it is.
I'm going to be 60 tomorrow.
Well, we're going to make a note of that. We're going to make a note of it. Happy birthday.
I wanted to tell everybody a quote he has. And I remember doing this. We used to actually sing songs before we'd go out and sell insurance, you know. But he said this one quote: "Success is achieved and maintained by those who try and keep trying."
Mm-hmm. And there it is.
You know, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're doing. And I just got to say, what about that Adam guy, huh?
You know, the guy is truly a brilliant individual. He's a rare breed. He is a rare breed because he hits on all cylinders. Last night he started really getting into some mindset, right? And really start talking about dreams and achieving dreams. And then all of a sudden he shifts gears and he's grinding out technology stuff. And all of a sudden he shifts gears and he starts talking about, you know, some of the problems and the issues that human beings face when they're on that path to achieving their dreams. It was just like the conversation was so big. It was like, this guy is like, how does he fit all of that knowledge into that? He's just streaming some stuff, man. The guy's amazing. He really is. We're in good hands here. And Kurt, if I don't hear from you tomorrow, happy birthday. Happy birthday if I don't hear from you tomorrow. Okay? You're welcome.
I'll be on my computer.
All right, cool. There it is. I'm sorry, I cut you off there. I'm sorry, I cut you off there, Kurt. My bad. What were you saying?
Oh, no, I just said I'll be on my computer tomorrow.
All right, I'll be looking for you tomorrow morning. There's Kurt. And before there was Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, there was W. Clement Stone. All right, I think is this Greg from the Netherlands chiming in today?
Yep, it's me, Greg, from the Netherlands.
Hey, Greg, how are you this
Hello?
morning? I think we had a woman named Dina here this morning as one of your people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing real good. I mean, I'm like just an average person, from the Netherlands, and this proves that everybody in the world, not just people in the U.S., but it's an internationally opportunity. So, I want to just say to everybody that is also outside of the U.S., start promoting, because everybody can do this. This is global. So this is not just for the U.S. people. This is for everybody. And I just want to say that the webinar yesterday was awesome. You guys nailed it, and there's always going to be some bugs and all that stuff. I don't worry about that. I'm worried about getting people and let people see this opportunity. But I have one question, because there are like more people like Dana in my downline, and I also don't see commission notifications in my to my email. So I don't know if that's glitched or
Yes, I would not call it a glitch. I would just call it development, right? One of the things that was very, very clear last night that Adam Adam made it clear, is that priorities, right? I mean, certain things are going to take, priority over other things, because we're building this foundation and everything will be addressed. And so things like email notifications, absolutely, that's critical. You'll be seeing those very, very soon. But on the to-do list, it's like, okay, we'll get to the email qualifications. Let's just figure out first how we can make sure that these servers work. You know what I mean? So those things, it's a work in progress. One of the things you hear us talk about here is we ask the question. We say, and you've heard this, was Rome built in a day? And the answer to the question is Rome still isn't done being built. Okay, it's never finished, right? Rome is they're still adding, they're still refining the city. So it's like, was Traffic Authority built in a day? No, it's been a year's work of work and years of research and development, and it will continue to grow and get better and be refined. And so, thank you for pointing that out. The email notifications will be something coming very, very soon.
The reason I say that is because a lot of people, the average people, they can use that, when they see like commission, you have to pay the commission, you can use that, in your marketing, and show people proof too. That's one of the reasons for that for me. So and I think a lot of people think the same way. So that's the reason. It's just to market Traffic Authority more and more. So that's all. That's all for Traffic Authority and for the team. So
Absolutely.
I thank you guys for everything, and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate you chiming in from the Netherlands, Greg. That's absolutely awesome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. All right, listen, I'm going to keep it moving here. We've got 3689. You are next up in the queue, 3689. Hello. 3689 just hung up in my ear. No problem. We'll keep it moving. 7659.
Yes, hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? You're in the Chicago area, 847. That's my neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually in the suburbs.
We just heard from Dave checking in from Tinley Park. He's over at Payless Hospital. What's your name and what can I do for you this morning? Yeah, what's your name, sir? What can I do for you?
My name is Fred Trevino. So far, I'm liking the system. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it than another system that I was using before. What I wanted to know is about how fast is this going to be going on?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I didn't what was your question?
I bought into the silver package, and I kind of would like to know when the traffic is going to come around.
All right, the traffic is going to actually begin running probably in about a week, I would say. Maybe, we want to make sure that everything is working. Well, we don't want to send traffic into your funnel if the funnel is not 100% tweaked and adjusted, right?
Right, yeah. That's how it's actually right now. That's another thing I'm gonna have to do as well as the funnel.
I'm not sure I'm cracking with your question.
Oh no, that you're right. I also have to do the funnel as well for the Traffic Authority.
Okay, well, we got that covered for you, okay? We're going to make sure that we get all of these funnels up and running for you properly, and we're going to make sure that before we turn any traffic on, and remember, you're the guy that will turn the traffic on when you're confident, but we're going to let you know. We're going to it's like the starting gate, right? We're actually going to give you the checkered flag and say, okay, now it's time to go. Now it's time to race. So stand by for that, and thank you for calling in today, Fred. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and then I also have one more question as well.
Mm-hmm.
When will we be able to link up the autoresponders with the Traffic Authority?
Okay, those things again. Thank you very much for your question, and I want you to go ahead tonight or today. I want you guys to go and watch the webinar from last night. And Fred, many of the questions you have right now are being addressed on that webinar. Okay, when can you link up your autoresponders? That is something that is on the webinar, and you'll have plenty of time to watch that over and over again. Everything is coming online very, very soon. You just heard me having a conversation with Kurt and talking about the fact that we're going live. And today, just during this radio show, the sites were up and running, and people are like, oh, my goodness, there it is. But believe me, everyone is working as hard as they possibly can. Take this time right now to just have some breath, simmer down, and then get ready because it is game on. As I said earlier in this morning's presentation, the busiest time of the season is coming up. The months of September, October, November is huge in our industry. So, go out there right now and prepare. Start talking to more people. You have social media available to you. Okay, so my point is that, it's all good. We're going to get there. Okay, it's all good. We're going to get there. And again, I want to thank everybody who took the time this morning. I couldn't even remember. I have a notepad here. I've got Fred, and I want to thank Greg from the Netherlands, and Joe the plumber, and Barry in Tucson, and Mallory. I love you, Mallory. And we had, Charles from the Poconos, and Kurt from Lake Stevens checking in, James Brown, Bob Hartman. John from Maryland. I take notes. Bernadette, I had take notes. I know everybody who's called in here. Without going down everybody's list, and Donna talked about the Big Y this morning, I want to thank every single one of you who took the time to come here today. Dina, Lamont in California, in Louisiana, Earl, old school, talking about the old school. I want to thank all of you guys who took the time here today. We hope that we were able to answer some questions. What I really want to do, though, is share with you my heartfelt appreciation for all of the support and all of the kind words and all of the understanding. It's not even patience, because it is what it is. It does take time. There are always going to be a couple more hurdles. The mountain will always be there, right? But I really appreciate the fact that you guys understand and you get it, that you're involved in something magnificent, and something this big will require an understanding of what really is going on here. So again, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank every single one of you who took the time here this morning. We've had people from all over the world. We will be back tomorrow. Again, we are going to be here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, you can stick around on Facebook. Make sure that you're plugging into our Facebook page, okay? And if you want to get there, if you haven't gotten there yet, it's ez.com/TAFB group. Okay, there it is. ez.com, T as in traffic, A as in authority, F as in face, B as in book, group. ez.com/TAFB group. Go there. Request admission into the group. You can't invite people. You can't be inviting your people where they're not getting in. If you're going down the list and inviting your whole list, they're not getting into the group. They have to specifically, individually request an admission into the group. But hang around that group because we will be bringing updates, and we do answer questions there. I want to thank all of you guys, Kevin, and I want to thank, of course, Dave and everybody who's on that Facebook page. I want to thank the administrators. On behalf of our whole team here, I want to say that you guys absolutely are unbelievable. Again, thank you for showing up here today. And we got your back, okay? We got you. And simmer down. Simmer down, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 11.